Alright. Today you will have bad luck. Ominous Uncle. Well, we're getting a little bit of money. Show me the bombs. There's the bombs. Alright. 8 bombs too, so we are like super good. We're gonna play it safe with Mace Guy today. Took a death the other day, really slowed some stuff down, so we're just gonna pot him out. Get potted. Alright, so we are coming out of Escape with no progression items other than bombs. But we have enough bombs to get through CAC, and that'll keep us moving. Hoping we find some roops. Oh, no, forgot to split, but that's alright. Still good time. It should have been a gold split. That was probably one of the fastest splits I've had in a randomizer for Escape. I think those early bombs, you don't have to worry about farming them later. It saves a lot of time for you. That's good. We want to get enough. We want to have 100, so we can do Bottle Merchant. Red Root on the ledge, so definitely don't need to come back for that. Definitely don't need to kill Aghanim for that. Still may need to kill Aghanim, not for that. They're just throwing heart pieces and hearts at us, but, you know, we'll grab them. I'll help out if we're on green mail for a while. Alright, and there's the first potential progressive item. Cape would let us get into Aghanim without the Master Sword. Also makes a lot of boss fights super easy cheesy. I love to use the cape on blind, especially. Alright. Hammer, Bug, Net. Now we're getting some items. And Master Sword. And Quake. Alright, yeah, so there's 4 all potentially very useful items. Oh, Bug Net. Bug Net's helpful to have, but never is going to progress your seed. But all 3 of those other items are progressive. Just updating my title there for a second. Twitch. And the Moon Pearl. Apparently Kakariko just has all the value today. And we hit the rupee goal for Bottle Merchant, so we're good there. And I got the boots too, so now we're really going fast. And silver arrows, alright. So we're getting a lot of good things early, which is never something to really complain about. But what it can mean is that you end up spending a lot of time going through a whole bunch of different dungeons just hoping to find that one thing that you're still missing. So but that's good. We know we won't be looking for silver arrows later. Silver arrows is one of those items that you don't need. The game doesn't ever require you to have it until you go into the Ganon fight. So it could be practically anywhere. Alright, we do not have a bottle yet, so we cannot check Sick Kid. We'll come down, we'll do library, and we'll check the race game. Progressive lift in the library. Save us a little bit of time. If we get the book, we can do desert. If we get the mirror, we could do Hera. Oh, still missing the lamp. Rupees on the ledge at the race game. No thanks. See you later. Just take a couple bonks there for no good reason. There's a bottle, so we're not going to go straight back to check the Sick Kid, because we're inevitably going to have to go back to Kakariko when we get the flute. Hopefully that won't punish us. Hopefully Sick Kid doesn't have something that I'm going to need eventually. But there's Mushroom. Single arrow. And the magic powder. We do have the hammer, so a trip back to CAC is getting worth, because now we can check Spooky Bat also. I generally like to build that into the Smith's clear, the Breadsmith's check later, but you know, in a seed I did the other day, the bat actually had the magic mirror on it, which is something that that really accelerates the Smith check, so probably not going to put that off for too long. Hopefully we'll find the flute, and then that'll give us a definite reason to go back to Kakariko. Hey! we're just going to go grab that right away. And we'll check Bonk Rocks on the way. Who gave that child explosives? That's a terrible idea. I'm not going to lose too much time by checking Spoopy Bat now as opposed to checking it later. I mean, it's a slight divergence, but we really had to come this way to get the flute anyway. So, and this is a pretty easy segment to not do when you do the breadsmiths later. So, this is totally worth checking now, even if it's just a heart. All right, now we'll fly over, turn in our mushroom, since we can go right there. All right, so from here we'll fly to Shirla's house. Turn that in, and then I think we're going to get our first map check. Still don't have the bow, so Eastern Palace is not ideal to start, but we do have the boots, so we could dip into it pretty quick. If we had the bow, oh, we don't have the lamp either, so I can darkroom to the first chest, but that second darkroom sucks. Bombos, some roops, and the red boomerang. Alright, let's see what the seed has us on the map. Pendant in Eastern. We're going to go to Death Mountain. We can get into the Dark World. We do have the Moon Pearl, so Thief's Town is an option. And checking Dark World locations there. We don't have the hook shot, so I definitely want to check up here first. If the hook shot is in Spectacle Rock, that'll really pay off. Let's see, the lamp is on Spectacle Rock, so we're going to need the mirror to get the lamp. And the Titan's Mid is in Spectacle Rock, so that is valuable. So we're going to need to get that mirror to get that lamp, and that's going to let us do a couple things that we can't do right now. But we can go over to Dark World side of Death Mountain and check a couple chests there. Can't do the Hookshot Cave without the hookshot, but since we're up here, we may as well check a little bit. And also get a look at what medallion opens up Turtle Rock. Oh, maybe I can't get up there, and this was a waste of time. This was a waste of time. It's alright. We now have a quicker into the Dark World by Thieves Town. We can check a whole bunch of locations. We don't have the hookshot for the quick circuit that I like to do, but that's alright, we don't have the mirror anyway, so we'll just do a good location clear of Overworld. Alright, Thieves Town is a pendant, so we don't want to go too deep in there. But we are missing items to do every other dungeon right now. We would need the hookshot to get into Hera. We would need the hookshot or the mirror to get into Hera. We would need the book or the mirror to get into Desert. We can go into Eastern Palace, but it is a pendant. It's probably not a bad idea, though, because we don't really want to have to finish it anyway. Might grab the first 4 chests in Thieves Town while we're right here, because those are pretty quick. Can also check Peg Cave. Alright, so we're going to hope for a payoff here in Thieves Palace, or Thieves Town, because this is a dungeon we don't want to have to do, as it being a pendant. Alright, yep, so whatever items... There's like 4 more items in this dungeon up here, unfortunately, and we're not going to go check them now. We're going to come back here if we are stuck. We got lots of locations left to check in the Dark World, and they could all pay off for us. So that was just a convenience stop. Also for convenience, we'll check Peg Cave over right here. Could do a save and quit with the frog, but he's annoying. There's a fire rod. Alright, so Skull Woods is on the table now. Still going to continue with Dark World Overworld locations. There's plenty of places left to check. And we've got a pretty low health situation to be talking about Mothula right now, so low health, green armor, no half magic. Mothula would be a rough time. And the digging game does not pay off today. So we're going to check Stump Kid. Stump Kid has the Cane of Samaria. Getting a little bit closer to everything we need here. Still looking for quite a few items to be on like go mode, as it were. At this point, with the flute and Titan's Mitt, book is not necessarily a required item. Of course, we don't know. We could be in a pedestal run. But at this point, it looks like Thieves' Town may be our Skull Woods may be our first crystal dungeon. Least hype cave in a long time. Truly unhype, as it were. Alright, so we're going to go up, we're going to check, the ledge on the pyramid, if we don't die. And we'll just die instead, because we're good at this game. Alright, well, given that, where do we go? Still really want to check those spots. So we're going to Dark World here. We'll go back, check the pyramid, and check Catfish. Now, if we get the mirror at either one of those locations, it's going to save us a lot of time, because we can then just light world right over by Catfish and check Zora. I try not to check Zora without the flippers already, because you're going to want to get that ledge item potentially. And good, it's a piece of heart. We went all the way up there for a piece of heart. Hopefully Catfish pays off a little bit better. Alright, that's interesting. Great. Accidental out of bounds. Alright, game really doesn't want me to check Catfish today, so I think we're just going to go do... We're going to go do Sad Frowny Time. That's what we're going to do. Alright, so we have Quake. We can open Misery Mire. Really don't want to do Misery Mire right now, though. And the flippers. Alright, so a Zorchek is looking pretty good right now. So let's just do that. And I don't know why I didn't just fly to the potion shop. We're just forgetting we have the flute right now. Can also, the game could have put something worthwhile at Hobo for us to check. There's the mirror on the ledge. Alright. Groovy. So, we're going to grab that mirror, and we're going to fly up to Death Mountain again. And grab the lamp, go in and do Tower of Hera, and Tower of Hera is going to be Crystal 1. So we're looking at about a 40-minute Crystal 1. Definitely slower than the average, but hey, this has been a weird seed. So I guess Catfish wouldn't have paid off with the magic mirror. But if it does have the hook shot, I'm probably going to be on life tilt. Don't you yell at me in Japanese. Alright, and there's the lamp. So now dark room's not a problem. That was silly. Alright, so we know compass is there. There's the big key. So we're not going to the basement. Basement key's going to drop up here. Probably going to have to pop back in to see what the basement item is. Unless we don't find the burrito. So we're looking for anything but the burrito for the rest of here. There's our basement key. So, if Trolldorm drops the burrito, we will be sad. If he drops anything other than the burrito, we can say it's a good day. Oh, yeah, not getting knocked off by Trolldorm at all. Shoot, I ain't even mad about the burrito. Alright, real talk, I'm kind of mad about the burrito, but it's alright. So now we have plenty of things on Death Mountain we can check. Now that we have the mirror and the hammer, we can go over the other side, see what goodies over there. There's lots of chests to check there. Alright, so that was not worth, but that's okay, we had to check. And we'll see what's on the other side of the mountain. He's a fart over there. We'll check Spike Cave, or Spiral Cave first. Work our way back up. Then we'll check what's on Turtle Rock to open it. If we can, we'll just get the opening cinematic out of the way. Definitely not going into Turtle Rock right now. We still need the Ice Rod. Also check off we got the mirror. And check off that we have Crystal 6. Now, a hook shot in any of these chests would be a big payoff, because then we could do the hook shot cave right when we get up to the top. Tempered sword. Red shield. Okay. Couple of goodies. Definitely worth looking in there. Alright, so now we'll see what it takes to open Turtle Rock. We have 2 pendants, so if it's not ether, we can do it. Can open it, we're not going to do it. Yeah, and why not? We're right here. Alright, so we can check 2 chests this way. And then that's really all we can do here because we don't have the hook shot. Now, if one of these has the hook shot, that would be hype. Close, but it's a shovel. And some bombs. So, we are going to save and quit. We will go to Link's house. We're going to check the shovel location on our way back into the dark world at Thieves Town. And that's going to let us, that's going to lead us into Skull Woods, I think, is where we're going next. Once we get something real tight out of the shovel. We have 2 overworld locations that are unlocked, or 3 overworld locations that are unlocked by having the mirror now. Yeah, we'll save and quit for no reason, I think. So before we go into Skullwoods, we're going to check the ledge above the graveyard, King's Tomb, Breadsmiths, and the ledge south of the Grove. Oh, and you know what? We're going to check Bonk Cave, because we did get an early cave. Usually nothing at Bonk Cave, or Bumper Cave, but this could be that time that there's something at Bumper Cave. And it's just once. So we will not be wasting our time on Bumper Key for that. Would love to find some progressive mail. Get the banana hat, be a little less squishy. I'm not even going to take the 2 seconds to pick that up. I'm so insulted that it's there. Oh, you know what we should do? We should go check Catfish again. The game has trolled us twice in getting to it, so I'm betting it's something. By something, I mean he's going to throw a green rupee at me, but we're going to go and check it. And after checking it, we will just light world flute back to Kirk, go into Dark World again. Alright, not really worth, but one of those things that we just had to know. Breadsmith should be a pretty quick check since we already did everything over there. This will be the least efficient breadsmiths I think I've ever done, with 3 trips to the smith's house, doing Peg Cave and Spooky Bat all separately. But getting the mirror where we got the mirror after getting the flippers where we got the flippers, it's okay. Really, we're just lucky that we checked that that location in Swamp, because that definitely didn't have to check that. So as much as I feel like I'm behind the timer right now, given those locations, we're doing okay. Thanks, bud. So glad I saved you so that you could give me that. So very glad. Alright, so we're checking Haunted Grove, or Ledge South of Haunted Grove, and then from there it's just all Skull Woods time. There is one location, actually, I think I'm going to go down and check, yeah, I think I'm going to go down and check the, that location by Meyer, and then Magic Mirror right into Desert Palace, because it looks like the game doesn't want to give us the book, so Pick up a second crystal there, it'll go a little bit quicker than Skullwoods. We still haven't checked Agnes's cave, so... Alright, half magic. That is definitely worth the trip here. Check that off. Now with the cape, that's going to make Mafia much, much easier. Now, I think the ledge item was just 50 roops, but I don't remember. Oh, it was worse, it was bombs. It's alright. Cat's over there doing crazy things. Compass on the torch. Means we either need to get big key or small key in this chest. Big key it is. Small key in this chest. Actually, I suppose that chest could have given an item, and Land Mollusk could have had the small key, which would have been super troll. Pieces of hearts for days. And 50 rupees. So this location is not paying off, but we're going to walk out with a crystal. Plus we get that super styled mirror out the other door. Saved us another 45 seconds of dashing across the dungeon. The unfortunate thing is, we can say with confidence that Land Mollusk is going to drop the map. So, we're not getting any more items here, but coming this way did give us half magic before going to Skullwoods, and that's always a good thing. Alright guys, don't feel cooperative. Thank you. There's a crystal 2. We are falling way behind the regular pacing, but ideally we can just do some cruising, because we are getting close to go mode. We still need hookshot, bow, ice rod. potentially book, because either the Ether tablet and Bombo's tablet could be required, and God knows the pedestal could still be in play. Ice Rod could be there. Right, that was Crystal 4. Crystal 5 is in Swamp Palace. As soon as we get the hook shot, we're going to want to go there. As soon as we get the bow, we're going to want to go to Palace of Darkness. I do want to leave Turtle Rock for last if possible. Alright, moving right along. Alright, we don't have any fairies, so we are just going to blue pot here, because I really don't want to have to start this dungeon over again. It would be at this point that if I had the book, I would do a pedestal check. But, alas, we are unlearned this run. Alright, so we're just going to try and whack him a lot, and then resort to the cape if we get to low health. We'll just beast mode it. Why not? Forget it. Alright. Crystal 3. So we gained back a lot of time there. But now the question is, where do we go next? See, we know Swamp is going to have Crystal 5, which lets us check Fat Fairy. But we don't have the bow, so we can't complete Palace of Darkness. We don't have the Hookshot, so we can't complete Swamp. We don't have the Ice Rod, so we can't complete Turtle Rock. That leaves us with Misery Mire. Oh, and I never checked Agonist. Let's do that real quick, because that could be super disappointing. Meant to check him after we finished Desert a few minutes ago. We also haven't checked the Hobo or the Island. Alright, well there's the Blue Mail. That's good. Let's actually, we'll save and quit. We're gonna fly to we're gonna fly and check the Hobo and what's on the island. So because we do have the flippers now, they could have tucked something of value in either of those places, and if we can go mode Misery Mire rather than dig our way through it, it would really make me happy. So we're looking for Hookshot, Bow, or Ice Rod on the Hobo or the Island. Full Heart, won't be going back for that. Rip Heart, bye forever. Alright, well, glad we made the trip. Thanks, Hobo, you piece of... So we will be going for the full clear of Misery Mire. That's so fun. Oh, you know what, we're gonna buy a couple, we're gonna buy a potion. There are a few big rupee payoff chests still out there that we don't have. We also still never dipped into Eastern Palace, but what we really want is to have the bow when we do that, so that if we have to complete it, we can. Thanks, Paul. Thank you for coming to work today. Yeah, really wish we could go mode Misery Mire right now, because there's the big key. We could be done with this place in about 3 more minutes, but instead, we're going to play it out. Alright, yeah, we'll check big key after. Worth the trip, you might ask? Apparently not. Alright, we are going to go into the big key room here because there's a few fairies that we can pick up from these anti-fairies. And taking deaths does not seem like fun. And this room is so hard to do without the hookshot. Alright. We did it. So now we'll move on to Super Fun Times Vitreous with no silver arrows. It's always sad. But we can keep it and sword slash him down. We'll just have to kill Vitreous the old-fashioned way with a sword after we kill all of his little eyeballs. But hey, that's what doing this game in a random order is all about. Alright, Vitreous is going to have an item for us, so let's hope for bow, hook shot, or ice rod. That'll determine where we go next. Definitely not the fastest, but probably the safest Vitreous possible. We'll pick up the red mail there for a little more damage mitigation, but that means we're now going in blind wherever we go. So we are very likely to get punished. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Palace of Darkness, open it, Light World, check what we can check in Eastern, and then go back into Palace of Darkness. Oh, but I should go into the Dark World first. We're still making decent time, considering how much time we lost earlier. But again, we're really lucky that we checked for the flippers when we did, since they were required to get the mirror, and this run would have been slow as without the mirror, and we wouldn't be able to even get into Swamp Palace. Which could have the hookshot. We could be looking at a vanilla hookshot location, and then what we need is Hookshot Cave. But since any of these dungeons could have any of the items that we need, it's a dice roll wherever we go. But this Eastern check will be a real quick one, and then we'll know that what we need is likely not here. Now, I suppose the unfortunate thing is that whatever is here, if we get it early, if we do get an item, we could have gotten it a while ago. But it's alright, because we were able to get through most things, and we would have had to come here like directly after getting the mirror for getting the hookshot here to have saved us a lot of time, and that wouldn't have made any sense pathwise, so I really don't think it's a mistake not having come here earlier, no matter what we get here. And there is the hookshot, so we're going to check the other few chests that we can here, because they could still have what we need, and then we're going to boogie on over to Swamp Palace, because we know we can finish that one. So even though we're in position to go directly into Palace of Darkness, unless we find the bow, we're going to go to Swamp, just because we know we can finish it. Really don't want to have to leave a dungeon and come back to it. Alright, I think there's one more chest of value here. Actually, I think the other chest we can check is going to have the big key in it, and that's going to let us check the big chest, and then we're going to leave. At this point, we can say with confidence there is a dungeon item on Armos Nights. So, do not need to do Armos to get everything that we need to get here, but there is one more item. And there is our one more item. So that means Armos Knights has the compass, and we can get out of dodge. We're going to save and quit because we are going straight to Swamp Palace. No need for anything else here. So we can also check Hookshot Cave, but I'd like to piggyback that on Turtle Rock if possible. So I think we're going to do Swamp. We'll check Hookshot Cave. Oh, whoops. We're actually going to pause it up here for a minute and do a quick bathroom break. Hold on. All right, we're back. We're good to go. We're going to clear Swamp, and we are going to full clear it, because we still need Ice Rod and Bow for Go mode. That is all we need. Mirror Shield, Butter Sword still out there. Those might be nice. The book could be good. That'd let us check Ether right there. But obviously at this point we can say book's not required. The only big plot twist would be if the bow or the ice rod is on the pedestal, and that is possible. So I think the seed intended us to check Hookshot, or check Eastern a lot earlier and get that Hookshot. And if that's the case, because that wasn't past the Dark Room, so we could have checked it a while ago and gotten it. Based on that logic, there is something there is likely something that I need in Hookshot Cave, because the game knows that I would have had that, and very well could have put something there for me. They didn't put anything on the Warp Island by Hookshot Cave, but they could have put something of great value in it. So that's definitely where we're going to go as soon as we finish Swamp. So we're not wasting any time by doing Swamp right now, instead of checking Hookshot Cave first. In fact, I would say this is the optimal routing, because we don't need anything that Hookshot Cave would have. The only thing that Hookshot Cave would have that could make this even go faster is if it was Butter Sword. And Tempered Sword's still going to one-hit kill the Cream Puffs on the boss. There's a lot of chests to check in Swamp. Could still get a payoff here. Bow would be great, because then even if we don't find it in the Hookshot Cave, we can go straight into House of Darkness. Technically, I guess if we don't find Bow and House in Swamp or Hookshot Cave, then we're going to want to go to Turtle Rock next. And that sounds terrible. Really, what we hope to find here is Bow and Ice Rod, and then we can go mode Palace of Darkness and Turtle Rock. And we technically don't even need to check Hookshot Cave. Odds of that, pretty slim, but worth if it does. We're grabbing a little bit of money just so that we can buy some more potions later if that's what we want to do. Alright, and we don't have the big key. We actually don't have any of the dungeon items, so that means we're going to have to come back for this big chest unless we're 100% confident that it's going to have burrito or compass in it, which is definitely possible at this point. There's only 3 more chests to check and the boss. 2 of those are going to be items. 1 is going to be a big key, and 1 is going to be either the compass or the burrito. So we've got 4 locations left before the big chest. 1 has to be the big key. So 3 potential items. So we'll see what we get. Gonna check 2 chests in the next room. There's 1 item and there's the compass. So boss is gonna. We've got 2 chests to check. We've got the boss and 1 more chest to check. Alright, so the boss is going to drop a big key, and the chest is going to have an item in it, so we are going to have to come back for it. That's a bummer. But what are you going to do? Okay. Here's our big key. Crystal 5. So we are still above the average. We are going to lose a minute coming back in here for this. But I got a feeling that Hookshot Cave is going to pay off. hopefully we'll be on go mode coming out of Hookshot Cave, and then we can just speed right through Palace of Darkness, which is a joke because Palace of Darkness always takes forever. Alright, well, we came in for a heart. Not super worth, but that could have been what we needed, so. Oh, we also never checked the old man, so we'll do that when we fly to Death Mountain this time. He does not likely have anything. I mean, he could. I mean, we could still be looking at, you know, like a book in Hookshot Cave, and that leads us to see that this is a damn pedestal run. Could happen. Oh no, we're getting the ice rod from him. Okay, so Turtle Rock is go. So yeah, we're actually gonna just do it. We're gonna just do Turtle Rock. So we'll check Hookshot Cave, and we'll yeah, we're gonna just go on Turtle Rock right now. We are gonna have to clear it because we're still looking for the bow, but you know that's all right. That's not too bad. Just means we have to be stuck in the laser room for a little while. I gotta mark off that we have a few more crystals than we do here. Can also check Fat Fairy, but I don't think that's gonna be as worth our time as just going through Turtle Rock right now since we're on Death Mountain and know we can clear it. Doing the laser room without the mirror the mirror shield is rough, but you know we do what we can. Oh, we're definitely going to leave the dungeon and check Hookshot Cave before we continue to. I totally forgot that. We would have mirrored there anyway, so theoretically that doesn't lose us. This doesn't lose us much time, but it is silly of us not to. This is also going to allow us to check the Mimic Cave, just so we can get all the troll locations out of the way. Well, when we go to Turtle Rock, we can check Mimic Cave. And the mirror shields, we get a payoff. And we'll hook the wrong pot. And some bombs. Okay, so mirror shield pays off because now we won't need to get so wrecked in the laser room. And all the hype that I built up for Hookshot Cave has floundered. So we're either going to need to find the bow here in Turtle Rock, or we're going to have to go into Palace of Darkness hoping to find it in there. Now, what'll be real troll is if Trinex drops the book. Yeah, feeling. We made it. We did it. Nothing else matters. And there's the big key. So if we were on go mode, we'd be clear to just go. But that's alright. This room always makes me sad. But we'll get out scot-clean this time. We did it! Grab these rupees too, because probably gonna want to buy a potion. Oh, and we can't check the Mimic Cave, we don't have the bow. So, we know that the bow is not going to be there. We can check the big chest because we have the big key, though. So we do get to see that sweet, sweet burrito. But here's where we realize that we went down the wrong path in the first place, and we have to go back to get that other chest. Turtle Rock is not my best dungeon for routing. It needs some work for sure. Got a lot of seeds in the beginning that I didn't have to do Turtle Rock. So I started to feel really good about my performance in Randomizer, and then realized that I had no idea how to do this dungeon. Stop it! Good. And now we didn't lose a terrible amount of time by misrouting like that. We did lose some time, but... So we are looking at I think there's the laser room left to check. And then we have the ow. So we have the laser room left to check, and then of course try next to drop the bow for us. But be pretty. At this point, we are just sad, and that's it. Oops. And with the burrito there, everything else is keys or items. And we're going to miss it, because this room needs practice. For sure. We're going to miss it again, because this is the life we live right now. There it is. Okay, so we would have to come in here anyway because we need the key. There's our key. We have one more chest to check. And it does not pay off. So, we are looking at an item from Trinex. It could be the bow. Alright, no worries. We do have a fairy. So we're not even going to spend the blue pot here. If we have to, we will use the fairy. We will depend on the fairy. And there's our fairy. comes Crystal 6. We're still pretty ahead of our average time. And the red root from Trinex. So, before we go to Palace, we are going to check Fat Fairy. It is going to take a little bit longer because we did not do Aghanim, but you know, at this point, it really is the best choice. And that was not the best choice. So we'll check off Crystal 2 is acquired. So the only crystal left is the crystal for Palace of Darkness. Still looking for that bow. 2 overworld locations left to check. I already have the silver arrows, so we are super duper go mode as soon as we get that bow. And unfortunately, we do have to huff it, but it won't be that bad because it's definitely still quicker than killing Aghanim. Now we'll leave here and we'll go straight to Palace of Darkness and just hope we find the bow before we need it, which is pretty damn early. Alright, so we go into Palace of Darkness. There is, if we don't get a key out of the first chest, we can't check anything else. So if that's the case, it means we're going to go back, it means we're going to go to Ice Palace. Or actually, I guess we can do the rest of Thieves Town. Because they'll be quicker than going into Ice Palace at all. But that's what we're looking at. So we're hoping for the bow out of the first chest here, or a key. And really, the bow would be the right item, the best item to find in the first chest here. Alright, moment of truth. Is this the bow, or is it a key? It's a key. Alright, so we can continue. This is going to mess with my routing a little bit, because I usually like to do it a little different, but hey, that's alright. At any point right now, we could not be able to continue. Alright, well, they're going to throw us some keys, so we're going to be able to press on. Now, theoretically, no, we need the bow to complete this dungeon. There is no way around it. Let's say, theoretically, is there a route through this dungeon that does not require the bow, and then we can just get the bow in, like, Ganon's Tower or something silly? But I don't think so. Yeah, so this is definitely not how I like to route through this dungeon normally. We're skipping 2 chests to do it this way that we'd have to come back for later. Definitely not optimal, especially for a burrito. And our run through this dungeon could end at any time. If we run out of keys, yeah, we can't go in there. So that leads to where we would need the bow. So it's very possible for us to run out of keys now. Like, we can't check the maze room. Oh, shit snacks. That's not good. Alright, well, we're going to collect some rupees because we want to have some money to buy potions, and the game has not thrown money at us. We're going to be leaving soon, I think, and we're going to have to check the pedestal first. But then we'll be able to check bombos and ether tablets. We did get 1 key, so we can check either the maze or the next room. The maze has 2 chests in it, and possibly if one is the big key, it'll open the big chest. So we're going to check that first. Show me the big key. No, it's a heart. So our run in here is done. We now need to leave. We have 2 new overworld locations to check and the pedestal. Now that we have the book. So we'll check ether tablet first. Now the other pendant dungeons was Thieves' Town and Ice Palace, neither of which require the bow. But Eastern Palace was a pendant dungeon. That means it cannot be the bow on the pedestal. So we are not in a pedestal seed. Rationaled our way through that. That means, and I think Eastern was even green pendant. No, okay. So we've got either Bombos or Ether is gonna have the bow, or it could be in Thieves' Town or Ice Palace. But the good news is, once we have it, we're go mode to finish Palace of Darkness, and then go straight into Ganon's Tower. So if Bombos has what we need, we're cruising. If it doesn't, then we're going to do Thieves Town. Alright, Thieves Town it is. Should be able to tear through the rest of Thieves Town pretty quick, and then if it's not there, we're going to Ice Palace, so that's the world we live in. But we have figured out it cannot be on the pedestal. I guess the only advantage to maybe going Ice Palace first would be Ice Palace's green pendant, so completing it first would let us go to sure. And that may be the case, but we're still going to do Thieves Town first, because it'll be quicker than clearing Ice Palace. Just to find out that we had to go to sure. Now, if we get the bow in here, as soon as we do, we're leaving. There will be no more doing this dungeon. Absolutely no reason to stay. And we are gonna just cape our way through the hallway here. No reason to take that damage. Alright, well I guess that worked that way today. Alright, we have 2 locations left to check, actually. So, if the chest next to the girl... Oh, no, we have the big key chest also. So if we check those 2 spots, and we don't see the burrito, then we will not be doing blind. We will be just leaving. So we're looking for not the burrito, and ideally the bow. Oh, full magic, that's worth. And there's the burritos, so we're going to be doing blind unless the big chest has the bow in it. And there's the bow. All right. A That's GTFO. And we can check it off as Go Mode. And the good news is, because of the way House of Darkness is going to work, we can check that other location that was right by the entrance. So we won't even lose a ton of time for not having checked it earlier. That dungeon is just so weirdly laid out that it's going to work out to our advantage for the first time ever. And you know, I just gotta say, that's the second time in the last couple of days that I didn't dip, or I dipped a little bit into Thieves Town, but didn't like go past the first 4 chests, and then it came back to burn me later. Because I could have gone deeper into Thieves. I definitely had the hammer before. I had everything I needed to go to where we got the bow just now. I had it about an hour ago. But there was no way to know that I wouldn't find the bow somewhere logical. So, you know, it happened how it happened. Silver arrows, please. So now we're just looking for the big key. If we get the big key right here, we can just go downstairs, and we will. Refill that 1 heart. Cane instead of the statue. Now we are still doing well in general. We're ahead of our average. This definitely, you know, I don't think that this placement would have made me my sub 2-hour run anyway. The bow being there was really weird, and that cost me a lot of time. And it would have been even worse if I hadn't gotten lucky and checked Swamp to get Mirror, to get Lamp. Like, that was a totally bizarre item chain. That was just super weird. That's alright, we'll take out Helmsword King. Make a pit stop to buy some potions. There's Crystal 7. We're still 10 minutes ahead of the average, so we're looking at about a 220 Ganon. Now, ideally, we'd find butter swords somewhere, but we may not in Ganon's Tower. That's just the way it is. Definitely not going to be going out of our way to look for it. And we're going to get miraculously trolled by this gopher. Golly. No, it's alright. Just keep it up, boulders. You jerks. Go in the portal. Yeah, we're just going to get the snot beat out of us by these rock gophers. Because why would we want to go into Ganon's Tower with full health? Where's the fun in that? I guess we can check off that we got the last crystal. Alright! So, one of my last seeds, I pulled Ganon's, or the big key out of like the first chest. I'm betting we're not getting that lucky this time. Now, I, like most people who have brains, hate doing the right side compared to the left. Some people out there crazy like that. Right, that'll be a full heart, so we'll grab it. And then we'll walk into a guy, because full health's for chumps. No, we'll be super pro about it and say, we don't want full health, because sometimes sword beams will lag the game. There's our ether tablet. Thanks. There's 2 fairies. And 300 groups. So, we're in the money. And now we're screwed. Mother truck. The Bloomerang. Alright, it's getting deep in here. Shoot. Thank you. All right. There it is. No, we have enough safety. I'll get a heal before the land molus anyway, and we're gonna bombos our way through the gauntlet, so with half magic, we're not gonna waste time on the fairies. We ain't fucking around today, boys. Coming in on Act 2. Alright. Yeah, just keep doing that. Show me the double. Oh! What? Oh, that is so painful. Oh, no.
We're just getting stupid now. I can't believe I got knocked off there.
Oh, this is so unfortunate. No! God damn it! Oh my god. Unbelievable. God, that's so frustrating. Alright, we have 3 blue potions now, so we're just gonna man motive. Ugh. We're gonna do it the alcoholic style. We'll drink our way through it. Oh, the frustration is so real. God, fuck you. Oh my god. Still a couple of minutes ahead of the average run, but like, oh, that was terrible. Okay. We'll just sit here for a little bit. Link. Thank you. There's time. Alright. Beautiful. Good. Great. Wonderful. Oh, man. What a trolley run. Just all over. Oh, man. Alright. Well, you know, I thought I was going to have time to get 2 runs in, but I think I need to take a break and do a couple other things, and then I might be back for one more before I have to leave for work. So, thank you if you tuned in. Thank you if you're watching on YouTube. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.